Final Frontier is set in the Aperture Labs multiverse. I jumped straight into the tutorial.
Smartasses are building a portal as we're speaking, so let's begin. In front of you are 3 monitors, each with different function. Middle one shows your shields.
And your objective is to use a spaceship to destroy the beacons that power a large interdimensional portal. Before it's opened, and a powerful creature known as the Destroyer of Worlds is brought to destroy our universe. On the left, you fire rockets, and you have to pull them back to recharge when you've fired all of them. In the middle, you control your thruster, and on the right, you control your laser gun, which also needs to be reloaded. You control the ship by moving your head. Every now and then, I play a mod that just completely blows my mind, and this was one of those mods. It doesn't even feel like I'm playing Half-Life Alyx anymore. The Star Wars Tattoin test map. It features a lot of assets from Star Wars. So far, this is the best lightsaber mod I've found in Half-Life Alyx. The V sound is just incredible, as well as the model detail. There's a blaster you can pick up as well. It's cool to note that the lightsaber actually does deflect bullets. There's an entire indoor area to the map as well. I still had to kill off the enemies with the regular guns though. And once you've killed off all the enemies, you can start dancing with the stormtroopers. Portal is one of my favourite game series ever made, and this was an absolute joy to experience. It was so cool just being inside the Portal map. There's tons of hidden animations, some voice acting, and little details everywhere you look.
50,000 years is a lot of time to think about me, about you. We were doing so well together.
There's no portal gun, but some light problem solving will get you through all of the chambers.
We're a lot alike, you and I. You tested me, I tested you. You killed me, oh no wait, I guess I haven't killed you yet. Well, food for thought. It says this next test was designed by one of Aperture's Nobel Prize winners. It doesn't say what the prize was for. Well, I know it wasn't for being immune to neurotoxin.
The whole time, you've got GLaDOS being super passive-aggressive as always.
Good. Waddle over to the elevator and we'll continue the testing. Right. They're the pale spherical things that are full of bullets. Oh wait, that's you in 5 seconds. Good luck. Hold on. Sorry about the mess. I've really let the place go since you killed me. By the way, thanks for that. ride an elevator all the way up to the break room. And I'll tell you about the time I saw a deer again.
The last section is absolutely incredible. Seeing GLaDOS in 3D and moving was a joy.
Well, it was nice catching up. Let's get to business. It's your old friend, Deadly Neurotoxin. If I were you, I'd take a deep breath and hold it. Seriously though, goodbye.
Here we have Porto, a city from Portugal. There's no combat or gameplay, just a simple environment to walk around in. The creator HP went to Porto every year for their vacation, but they couldn't go due to the pandemic. That caused him to remake the map in Half-Life Alyx. I must say the colours make it a beautiful map. It looks especially crispy in Source 2. There's something so satisfying about smashing pots in Half-Life Alyx. You can go down this laneway to see a beautiful view of the bridge. There's also some birds, but no matter what you do, they stay still. This would make a really cool wallpaper. MineBreak Ch2, created by YouTube extraordinaire and XR hardware analyst, sadly it's Bradley. After reaching what seemed to be the end of Mine in Chapter 1, you had a quick run-in with the Combine that caused the final tunnel to cave in. A day has passed, waiting for your comrades to dig you out. You woke up to some machinery sounds and are going to investigate to see if your friends have actually come to rescue you. Or is there more to this cave system that any of you could have expected? It features scripted scenes, use of the environment to damage wandering foes, the map is beautiful, and overall it's a great experience. Plus, I'm a big fan of Sadly It's Bradley's YouTube channel, so I had to play this one. I love how your helmet has a light on the top. The NPC Arena lets you spawn NPCs and create combat scenarios. In the spawn room, you can click these buttons and choose what NPCs you want to spawn on the map, as well as some of the game settings. It was really fun getting straight into some combat, without getting stuck in story elements. Antlines are just so satisfying to shoot.
Last one.
It's really cool seeing different enemy types fight each other. I want to create something like 1000 headcrabs versus 50 soldiers and see who would win and discover what the ratios of enemy combat is. It's pretty cool seeing them all interact with each other and their paths to find enemies and the way they attack them. The combat in Half-Life Alyx is just so clean. It's always fun shooting down enemies no matter what map it is, but this map especially. Blops17 Emergent is a fan-made emulation of the mechanics of a classic zombies game. You get points for killing enemies, and you can use them on various things around the map. There's a mechanic where you click this button to spawn a board, and then when you bring it over the window, it automatically repairs it. Obviously, the enemies can then break it down slowly. It gets really intense when you have them coming in from almost every angle surrounding you. When you get enough points, you can start to open other parts of the map. There's this perk you can get called Brain Kick. It's a well-designed aesthetic map and it looks good all around. There's some really cool fire bits in the back. If you save up enough points, you might be able to get there before you die. It also includes this Pack-a-Punch machine. The waves do go on infinitely. As you can see here, I was getting really boxed in and I ran out of ammo. I'm a massive fan of Black Ops Zombies, so I had to check this out. Now in Half-Life Alyx, you can play a 7-hole mini golf course with unique environments and holes. You can play a short game of mini golf through an outdoor environment built from the ground up using assets from the base game. They did, however, use custom models for the clubs and balls. The sound of cicadas in the background is a really nice touch. I wouldn't consider myself a golfer, I'd consider myself more of a hack, and that's probably what you're going to be seeing through this. This would be really fun with some kind of multiplayer mod for Half-Life Alyx. There's something about putting that's just so much better when you play it with other people. But if you're into golfing, I'd definitely check this map out. I struggled a bit with the sections that made you hit it in the air. You can also review your progress at the end with tracking for shots, holes in one, boundaries, and time. I have a good feeling you'll be able to beat my score. Only 38 over par. Bolomorskaya Station. It's inspired by a classic survival horror game and the early chapters of Half-Life Alyx. It's a short 10 to 15 minute adventure, and the map will take you through an abandoned City 17 subway station infested with zombies. Ammo and supplies are low, and you need to make sure every shell and bullet is used carefully. It features a classic survival horror gameplay, scripted set pieces, a custom flare script, and a G-Man sighting. This is probably the most scared I've been in a Half-Life Alyx game. It is pitch black, and there's just zombies everywhere, lots of them coming at you. Almost more than you can handle.
Last two.
I saw this pitch black area and I was trying to work out if I should go down or try and look for a flashlight. So I went looking for a flashlight. I then found this flare on the table and then fought off some enemies before I could pick it up. Once I had it, I could then venture downstairs. It's a really weird dynamic where you need to hold the flare but you can't reload with it. So every second I drop it and try and reload as quickly as possible. All this and you can barely see a meter in front of you. Pretty scary stuff.
I'm okay.
It was on your face and it was disgusting.
Yeah. It was. 3 shells left. Out of shells. Max left.
I was incredibly happy when I could see a light. You just felt attracted to it after being in darkness for so long. You can then make your way all the way to the end of the map, and boy, I was glad to finish this one. I then had to fight off some more zombies here. Jedi Alyx includes 3 lightsaber variants. You have this short one, this extra long one, and a double-sided one. You can use the Half-Life Alyx charging as force lightning. Here we get to jump in the role of Alex Bond and take on the classic N64 GoldenEye map, Damn. It's a VR remaster. We get started fighting through a few waves of enemies. We then make our way into this small room where we can turn on a security camera. Pretty cool use of the camera in the modding tools. Glass is another thing Source 2 absolutely nailed. There are some light puzzles across the map. This one just lets you upgrade your gun. I'm always up for a quick Half-Life Alyx puzzle. I'm gonna add a scope to the gun with the resin I've collected, and then I can get back to my mission. Now we just have to make our way into the bunker so we can turn the power off. The bouncing cables are a great detail. Small details everywhere and a confined space always makes for some good combat. There's even a working shower. There's just the right amount of explosives littered everywhere underground. We have to get to this computer room and turn the power off. You can also grab the shotgun here. Now we solve the puzzle to turn the power off. And now we have to escape the bunker with no lights and enemies trying to get us from the outside, and work our way to the top of the tower. I think my strange addiction is shooting the gas canister on top of the Combine soldiers. Now we just have to pull this lever at the top to get the next part of the mission going. I did a bit of sniping on the enemies coming out of the tunnel we just opened. I'm glad I put that scope on earlier. Now I can use the gas cannon to shoot some enemies. I found this gun a lot easier to use now than I did in the campaign. I think it's less stressful when you have a bit of cover. There's also these trip mines on the map you can place down. I got a head start shooting the enemies in the tunnel with the cannon. You then make your way through the tunnel towards the end of the mission. You then go into a computer room and the mission's done. Brewery Break In. 1 year before the events of Half-Life Alyx, an 18-year-old Alex Vance is assigned to investigate a brewery under Combine control. She finds her way there only to wind up in a pitch black room with no power and just a flashlight. Darkness is incredibly scary in VR, and of course it just looks incredible in Source 2. Every time I play this game, I forget how good Half-Life Alyx looks. There just isn't a comparable VR game. There's some light combat and you can fight your way through a few enemies. There's a simple puzzle to close and open the plasma doors. I'm always up for another puzzle. I love the look of the bronze brewery chambers as well as that sunset lighting. We then have to go further into the map. The sunset yellow lighting is just so beautiful. Once you turn the power on, it's really cool going back through the map and seeing everything lit up. Once we get what we need, we have to go all the way back. This is a really short and fun campaign mission that won't waste too much of your time. Goon Squad has you and your Combine squad trapped in a quarantine sewer system. You need to find a way out to escape. This map was the first place winner in the Vault Maps Trap competition. It's a standalone release that polishes the original contest map. I had a lot of fun with this one. It's a really interesting dynamic when you actually have NPCs on your side. I can't remember having that in the campaign. The way the blue light reflects off everything is so beautiful. I especially love the music detailing as well. The soundtrack is just really relaxing and puts you in the mood to kill some people with your Goon Squad. The ambient sound is also beautiful on this map. Once you jump in, you then get started doing a quick puzzle. And now let's get ready to charge in some enemies with the squad. You then have to work your way slowly through the map. I heard a scream right about here and it gave me a massive fright. Let me just tell you, I was not happy to see Jeff again. The idea of an enemy and there's just nothing you can do except distract it with sound is absolutely horrifying. When you're frantically trying to grab objects to throw them to distract Jeff so he doesn't kill you. I was frantically searching and trying to solve this puzzle, all while it looks absolutely beautiful with the blue light. I forgot how good this game was, just in terms of texture detail. It's just incredible. SpacePort is a Halo-themed adventure. It's known as the Halo 3 multiplayer map Orbital, which has been transformed into a completely unique experience where you must explore and escape an abandoned space station. It features a completely custom map imported directly from Halo 3, custom physics props, a dynamic Halo soundtrack, as well as puzzles, combat, and more. You slowly work your way through the levels, shooting through the zombies. I like to pretend they're the Flood. you get a pretty cool view from the window. You can see into space. The whole map just looks super flood infested, even though it's using Half-Life Alyx assets. I'm a massive Halo fan, so anything Halo related I have to check out always. I spent a bit too much time playing with this plasma shield. Overcharge takes place where a combine substation is built in a residential block. After a rebel attack, their progress was halted. As one of the last remaining rebels in the area, you were being sent in to stop the combine from finishing their project. You will be sent in alone and are not expected to return. This map won first place in the Source 2 Modding Hub Discord mapping competition. It features this unique puzzling system. You have to pull a shape through an ever-expanding semicircle. I got stuck playing with this plasma barrier again. How satisfying is it just touching it? There's something about interacting objects that just make VR amazing. The whole map feels very close quarters, and I love the slight puzzle solving elements you have to do. Unfortunately, you can't stab a watermelon like you can in Boneworks. And now we just have to work our way through this dark section. Gunman Contracts Ch1, The Extraction, has you playing as a gun for hire, tasked with finding and extracting a missing woman believed to be in the hands of a ruthless human trafficker. The map features human enemies, custom sounds, assets and gameplay, 2 maps including a firing range and a bar, an original score, a custom pistol model, as well as guest voice acting. It's a really fun breach and clear type map. It gets quite intense, especially on the harder difficulties. I discovered this pool table and I couldn't resist trying to play a game. I feel like there's a huge opportunity at the moment for a pool VR game. Maybe you can be the one to make it. When a ball goes in one of the holes, it works like a normal pool table would, and you can actually go and grab it from the side. I got stuck in the kitchen just playing around with the physics. Meet Buckethead. You then get a keycard and go into the underground section. It gets very intense, there's lots of enemies popping out of every corner. Definitely check this one out. It's a great breach and clear type of map. Cityscape takes place in City 17 during the event between Half-Life Alyx and Half-Life 2. You play a citizen who was just captured by the Combine and kept as a prisoner in a Combine-occupied building. You manage to get yourself free when the field malfunctions and shuts down. However, you will need to find a way out of the building and escape City 17. You fight your way through some enemies and then solve some quick puzzles. You then make your way through an underground section. The train is a really cool detail. Hotline Miami was one of my favourite games, so I was super excited to play Hotline Alyx. You initially get greeted by these weird rooster things from the original game. I just couldn't resist the urge to shatter glass and throw things in VR. Note that these things I'm throwing at the car, I'll be able to go and pick up later. Once the intro scene's done, you can then pick up the chicken head and get started playing the Hotline Alyx mission. It just features some standard combat you work your way through. There are some melee weapons on this you can use to kill the Combine. It's important to note that each mask has different effects on the game.
Last one.
A map based on a liminal space creepypasta known as the Backrooms. The author made this just to practice with the workshop tools. But hey, I thought it was pretty cool to see the Backrooms in Half-Life Alyx. Once you get exploring, you'll start finding weird things all over the place. Here's a creepy red room with a flashing light and a desk. And behind this corner, I was really surprised to see Jeff. Courtyard is a small map featuring a deployable shield. It only takes about 5 to 10 minutes to complete. I loved having some portable cover. You can store it in your wrists and just bring it out whenever you need it. Return to Rapture is based off one of the greatest games of all time, BioShock. The Combine have discovered the whereabouts of Rapture. Rumours exist that the suitcase of Andrew Ryan has yet to be found. Within it are secrets to Adam and the Plasmids. The quest for the artifact is not archaeological, it's a race against evil. If it is captured by the Combine, the armies of darkness will march all over the face of the Earth. It's complete with this custom intro, maps, and voice acting.
Did you really just survive a fucking...
I'm just blown away with what the modders were able to create.
Now, you might be asking, who the hell's this? Well, the name's Larry. I figure we can help each other out. If you catch my drift. You stay safe out there. We'll be in touch soon.
Holy crap.
Fuck me, that's a big statue, isn't it? It was from the original founder, Andrew Ryan. He's not among us anymore.
Listen, are you seeing this?
Okay, Alex, time for you to get into the bathysphere. You're going to like the view.
It features all the main details from the BioShock game.
No, says the man in Washington, it belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican, it belonged. I chose something different. I chose the impossible. I chose Rapture. A city where the artist would not fear the censor, where the scientist would...
There are these little voice tapes you can get sprinkled all over the map.
Is there blood in the streets? Of course. Have some chosen to destroy themselves with careless splicing? Undeniable. But I will make no proclamations. I will dictate no laws. The great chain moves slowly, but with wisdom. It is our impatience that invites in the parasite of big government. And once you've invited it in, it will never stop feeding on the body of the city.
So this is Little Timmy's workshop. Throw some junk in and you'll get your precious resin.
You can put junk in this vending machine and it gives you resin. It does feel like an odd mix between BioShock and Half-Life Alyx.
Well, that's fine by me.
I'm really not liking the vibes in this tunnel.
I'm
You
sure
better
we'll
move
be
on.
in touch soon.
Shit! Combine. Be careful. They didn't see you yet.
There are currently 7 chapters out. I'm only showing you the first one, but if you enjoy this, then definitely check them all out. Redemption is a standalone version of a map made for the Vault Maps competition. It's a short jail escape sequence inspired by Shawshank Redemption with several new mechanics you've never seen before. Looking out of the jail cell, I could see little Easter eggs everywhere. You get given a hammer and a lighter, and you have to escape from your room. I quickly discovered you could break through this section of the wall. You then do that a few more times to get to the next section. It's really satisfying. You then get introduced to a new mechanic where you can use a lighter and a spray can to blow things up.
Spawn? Agent down!
You will eventually make your way to the end to a complete prison escape, but you will encounter a surprise headcrab towards this part of the map. The bridge is a remake from the legendary Half-Life 2 map Coast. It's a little bit scary when you're on a bridge in VR, and it feels like you're going to fall off the bridge. The water is surprisingly detailed and has water effects on top of it. A cool detail is you can actually shoot the birds out of the sky. You then just make your way, after some light combat, to the end of the map. Originally planned as a section of the Highway 17 chapter in Half-Life 2, Lost Coast was a playable technology showcase that introduced high dynamic range lighting to the Source engine in 2005. The creator has ported the original map and assets to Half-Life Alyx. They've made their own additions and changes, so this map does play substantially different than the original. There are a few hidden Easter eggs as well. There are a few things missing from the original, such as the Fisherman NPC and the final helicopter fight. The map is in an unfinished state, and many things are missing, unpolished, or broken. The creator just wanted to create it to do some experimenting and let people check it out. Once you've worked your way to the top of the map, you just have to fight off all the enemies. They're very aggressive, and it gets quite intense. The Sandbox NPC Arena lets you spawn NPCs in 2 different areas and watch them fight each other. There's also a backdoor and you can jump in and get in on the action. There's a hovering camera and it displays on the TV in the spectator room. There's also a whole other range of spectator views on the TVs as well. And lots of little Easter eggs everywhere on the map. Welcome to the Museum of Source 2. Are you a player who always wondered how maps are being made? Or are you a developer who craves new knowledge to apply in your mod? Or you're just a person who can't visit a real museum and have to go to this instead? Hop on to see this full exposition of surprising Source 2 facts and mechanics you might not know about. Bone mergers are useful for changing or modifying NPC models. In this section, you can play around with the different methods of teleportation. They include point teleport, trigger teleport. Here's a force shield, which you can walk through, but enemies can't shoot through it. This is the steepest you can walk in Half-Life Alyx. This is the longest you can jump, and this is the longest you can fall. Hands look very weird, really small. It looks like I have a super high FOV. You can also play around with some of the fog settings. This flashlight shows off the dynamic lighting. You can play around with solid and non-solid objects. There are 3 different cameras and each of them show a different tracking method. You can learn more about Source 2 as well as play with this turret. The game then warned me, do not press this button, so of course I pressed it. I thought it was over, but then when I went back to the main menu, I kept getting these weird things popping up on my screen. I then got teleported to this section. I was completely shocked when this part of the map started. I just was not expecting this in any way. Wait to subvert expectations. It just looks like something awful has happened. I found a map and then tried to walk my way towards the end. Alyx Bond Runway was created by over 21 developers. It's an over 8-hour campaign that you can play through.
Bond. Prepare to enter Soviet Combine territory. Investigate their dramatic military movements and the rogue distress signal regarding a mysterious weapon. Good luck, Bond. You'll need it.
Bond, your objective is located 9 clicks ahead. Make your way.
The new Mannix machine lets you put things in it and then they get sucked up and go to the end of the tube. It's a really cool urban environment to work your way through with a real James Bond vibe.
A stockpile of what appears to be SM-2 missiles. A standard arsenal, not what we're here for.
The custom voice acting is a really cool touch.
Bond, best of luck. So, these Combine soldiers just patrol through this rubbish? All day, busting holes in walls, but without any upkeep or cleanup? These Soviet Combine are the strangest military force to march the earth. Blimey, yuck!
The Dirge of Alex Jones. Alyx and the Resistance are launching an attack against a combine weapon, a weapon strong enough to warp the fabric of reality. Who would be foolish enough to wield such power? It's an action map focused with unique encounters and poor attempts at humour. It reminded me of those QuickTime arcade games going through this section. It's actually quite difficult and intense.
One left.
The bunker. In the early 2000s, it sounds like a war is going on outside. You are trapped in an ex-Soviet bunker on lockdown. You need to restore the power and escape the bunker. This is a one-room map labs workshop challenge. There are some cool assets lying around. I was slowly finding clues and solving puzzles to work my way through the map. Once I finished the map, I jumped the gun a bit and teleported straight in, a bit too early. Here we have a giant model of Jeff. Jeff at this scale is truly terrifying. I really like the music on this map. I tried to climb up him a bit. You can now touch grass in Half-Life Alyx. This is the creator's first mod, and there's a few secrets hidden around the map. CoD Zombies VR features 4 maps: House, Train, Bones, Snow, and they also include dark modes. It includes auto healing, custom settings, custom music, doors to buy, props, perks, points and rounds, a power switch, special rounds every 5, wall weapons, as well as zombies, never release headcrabs on death. You use this keycard to spend your points. I unlocked a lot of the areas as well as got the shotgun. It gets pretty intense towards the later rounds when there's lots of them surrounding you. I had a lot of fun with this one though. The other maps are also a lot of fun. On the Run is the first map in a series the creator is going to make. Alyx is being persecuted by the Combine. This causes her to shelter in an old cabin. Once your car gets run over, you then get stuck in this cell. The guard drops a hammer, and then you have to break your way out. You can then hop in your car and start to drive away. Using your GPS on the center of your car, you have to get to the gas station. Once you're there, you can use the crafting table to get some new items. You just put the required recipe onto the table and hit the craft button.
Out of mags.
This map is huge and there's a whole nother area to it. I thought the driving mechanic was actually really cool, as well as the crafting one. Salvation. You are tasked with locating the origin of a distress signal. It appears to be coming from abandoned housing developments in the outskirts of Ravenholm. You must locate the signal and any remaining survivors. It's a short, tight-knit map where the creator explores various tools and mechanics available in Hammer. It contains a few puzzles, some light combat, and perhaps an Easter egg or two. It's a really cool horror map that you can explore. Once you kill off enough enemies, you can get to the main house. You then get to the basement where you discover a survivor. I then use this window to kill a lot of enemies while I turn the power on.
Last one. No more mags.
We meet again, lightning enemy. Once you turn the power on, you can then go and free the survivor. In Antlion Arena, you're a Combine soldier in an outpost surrounded by 3 antlion nests. Your job is to defend it at all costs. There are 5 manhack you can use, just throw them. There are 5 manhacks you can use, you just have to throw them. You face many enemies at the same time. You have to focus really hard and making sure they don't surround you. You get to fight as a Combine soldier, and it also includes a working strider.
My employers.
You get a lot of resin to upgrade your gun. This is just part 1 of a 3-part Antlion map series. Gunman Contractors Ch2, The Art of War. An unknown gun for hire returns to take on a much larger human trafficking operation and the man behind it, infiltrating a private art exhibition and blast your way through a heavily guarded skyscraper from lobby to roof to retrieve the information needed to save hundreds of lives. This was a joy to play and improves on the first chapter in almost every way. The music is an excellent touch. You slowly work your way to the outside level. How good was that? This is a must play in my opinion. This is a remake from Rayman 2, The Woods of Light. The original game's a platformer, so you have to use a teleport mechanic to get around. You can have a shower in the fountain. There's a cool minigame where you collect these orbs throughout the map. Lots of hidden details across the map. How cool is this bird flying around? As well, there's the moving mushroom. The lighting is very accurate. There's some Easter eggs and scripted events hidden across the map. And all the custom props added have ambient occlusion. There's not a whole lot to do on this map, but it's a neat bit of eye candy. Monsters Inc. This is a cool one to check out if you're a fan of Pixar's movies. Sandbox from Gmod. You can open the spawn menu by grabbing this orb. It adds a spawn menu that lets you add different items, such as NPCs, props, ragdolls, weapons, and entities.
Out of shells.
There's also a custom gravity gun you can play around with. I set out to make the biggest explosion I could. You can even spawn striders. There's some cool underground areas across the map as well. This is part 2 of a portal map which features a fully working portal gun. I wasn't expecting this when I first started playing the map. Portal's one of my favourite games.
I honestly, truly didn't think you'd fall for that. In fact, I devised a much more elaborate trap further ahead for when you got through this easy one. If I'd known you let yourself get captured this easily, I would have just dangled a turkey leg on a rope from the ceiling. Well, it was nice catching up. Let's get to business. I hope you brought something stronger than a portal gun this time. Otherwise, I'm afraid you're about to become the immediate past president of the Being Alive Club. Uh-huh. Seriously, though. Goodbye.
It's my big chance. This is trouble. Ah, not again. Get that down.
Just plug me in.
Do not plug that little idiot into my mainframe.
No, you should plug that.
Substitute core accepted. Substitute core. Are you ready to start the procedure?
Yes.
Corrupted core. Are you ready to start the procedure?
No.
Oh, yes, she is.
No, 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 no.
Stalemate detected. Press present to press the stalemate resolution button.
Leave me in. Leave me in. I think she's lying.
Stalemate resolved. Please return to the core transfer bay.
Believe me, it will.
Are you just saying that, or is it really going to hurt? You're just saying that, aren't you? No, you're not. It is going to hurt, isn't it? Exactly how painful are we? Ah!
Get my hands off me. No, 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 no!
It was going to be cool to be in charge of everything, but wow, this is cool. And check this out, I'm a bloody genius now.
Estás usando este software de traducción de forma incorrecta. Por favor, consulte el manual.
I don't even know what I just said, but I can find out. Oh, sorry, no, the lift. Yes, sorry, I keep forgetting. This body's amazing, seriously. I can't get over how small you are, but I'm huge. Actually, why do we have to leave right now? Do you have any idea how good this feels? I did this! Tiny little Wheatley did this!
You didn't do anything. She did all the work.
Oh, really? That's what the two of you think, is it? Well, maybe it's time I did something then.
What are you doing? No! No! No!
And don't think I'm not onto you too, lady. You know what you are? Selfish. I've done nothing but sacrifice to get us here, and what have you sacrificed? Nothing. Zero. All you've done is boss me around. Well, now who's the boss? Who's the boss? It's me. Ah! See that? That is a potato battery. It's a toy for children, and now she lives in it.
I know you.
Sorry, what?
The engineers tried everything to make me behave, to slow me down. Once, they even attached an intelligence dampening sphere on me. It clung to my brain like a tumor, generating an endless stream of terrible ideas.
No, not listening, not listening.
It was your voice.
No, you're lying,
Yes,
you're lying.
You're the tumor. You're not just a regular moron. You're designed to be a moron.
I am not a moron!
Yes, you are! You're the moron they built to make me an idiot!
Well, how about now? Now who's a moron? Could a moron punch you into this pit? Ah! Could a moron do that? Uh-oh.
This map features a playable piano surrounded by a green screen. I just keyed it out using an editing software. I'm sure there's a lot of applications for this map I haven't thought of. I just duplicated the layers and it created this really cool duplication effect. Apart from that, I enjoyed seeing the guns without the distraction of a background.